Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB Show for today, the 20th of May. I'm going to do it all in one show today, starting with the pitchers. The premier pitcher, top of the shop today, is Jake Arrieta of the Chicago Cubs for 12,800. Arrieta is a known quantity. You know you'll get innings, you know you'll get strikeouts, and you know he isn't going to give up a lot of runs. If you want to stick with a known quantity, I can't argue with you, that's absolutely fine today. But for 12,800, it's a lot of money, and I do think there's value elsewhere on this card. Aaron Nola of the Philadelphia Phillies, he's 11,000. Nola is another cog in a fine young Phillies rotation that's been performing outstandingly. Nola has 58 strikeouts in 53 innings, but the Braves haven't struck out as much as lately as they were doing at the start of the year. That being said, they don't score a lot of runs either. Nola has sandwiched an average start against the Marlins between excellent efforts against St. Louis and the Reds. I think Nola will probably be decent today for 11,000. That being said, my favourite play today is Steven Matz of the New York Mets for 10,500. The young lefty has been absolutely lights out in 5 starts since his atrocity of an opener this year. That was an outlier. I think we can forgive that completely. The Brewers rank second in baseball for strikeouts. Matz has 35 strikeouts in 34 2/3 this year. Obviously, we're hoping the elbow issue is healthy, and we're hoping that they're not going to pull him after 5 2/3 and 90 pitches or something. We're hoping that they let him go and we get 7 to 8 strong innings with plenty of Brewers strikeouts. Scott Kazmir of the Los Angeles Dodgers for 9,500. Kazmir is close to a strikeout per inning. He gets the light-hitting Padres. They're number 3 in MLB for strikeouts this year. Kazmir had 9 strikeouts against the Rays 3 starts ago. I can't see any reason why a similar performance isn't going to come from him today. And for over 3,000 less than Jake Arrieta, you know, you take your chance with it. You play the upside of playing the Padres, and you spend that money on your hitters. Carlos Martinez is my final pitcher today of the St. Louis Cardinals for 8,500. If we scrub the last 2 starts where he was ill, give him a mulligan. He's only really had the one bad start against the Nationals. His career rate is around 1 per innings for strikeouts, and he has consistently been good at Busch throughout his career. The Diamondbacks are a high strikeout team, ranking number 5 in strikeouts in Major League Baseball this year. I think Martinez could get back on the horse and have a good day today against these Diamondbacks. Moving on to my stacks of the day, I'm going to stack Texas Rangers today against Houston. Lance McCullers had an ERA over 12 in 2 starts against Texas last year. He allowed 5 runs in 4 2/3 on his season debut against Boston. So I'll take second baseman Rougned Odor, assuming that suspension doesn't start. I don't know when the appeal's actually going to be heard. He's 3,600 today. He's hitting .275 with 7 home runs, 5 stolen bases as well. He will enjoy the platoon in the matchup. First baseman Mitch Moreland, he's 3,100. He does have a home run off of McCullers. He's hitting .250 with 4 home runs this year. Also hits from the right side of the dish as far as we're concerned. The outfielder Nomar Mazara for 2,900. He hits second in the order right behind Odor. He's hitting .307 with 5 home runs and will also enjoy the platoon in the matchup. We'll throw third baseman Adrian Beltre in there. He's 3,300, hitting .271, 7 homers, and we'll finish a stack off in the outfield. Ian Desmond for 4,000, .275, 6 home runs, and stolen base upside with 8 swipes for him this year as well. I will also stack Miami Marlins. Tanner Roark has had massive issues facing the Marlins this year, allowing 14 earned runs in 3 starts, and they account for all 3 of Roark's losses for this year. So we'll take first baseman Justin Bour for 3,200. He's got 2 home runs off of Roark. He's hitting .248 with 7 home runs and enjoys the platoon in the matchup. Second base / third base Derek Dietrich, though we will use him at second for the purpose of this stack, is 3,300. He also has a home run off of Roark. He hits leadoff, enjoys the platoon advantage. He's .292 home runs this year. In the outfield, we'll have to take Christian Yelich of 4,200. He's hitting .322, 5 home runs. He's got 3 swipes for the year and also enjoys the platoon advantage. Third baseman Martin Prado for 3,400 is another Marlin with a home run off of Tanner Roark and is hitting a massive .371 this year. And we finish it off. How can you have a Marlin stack without outfielder Giancarlo Stanton? He's only 4,200 for some reason today. I can only assume it's because he's been in a little bit of a slump lately. He has 2 home runs off of Tanner Roark as well. He has 11 home runs this year. I think that's a very solid stack. My final stack for today is the New York Mets against Willie Peralta. Peralta has 13 earned runs in 3 starts, including 6 against the Padres in his last trip to the Hill. He's 2-4 with a 7.30 ERA and a 1.99 whip this year. The Mets hit right-handed pitching well. Peralta has been plagued by the home run in recent seasons. The park does negate that a little bit, but as I say, the Mets are used to hitting here. We'll start in the outfield with Yoenis Cespedes for 4,900. He's hitting 290 with 13 home runs this year. We can add outfielder Curtis Granderson for 4,200. He has 2 homers off of Peralta, is only hitting 200 so far this year, but he hits up the top of the lineup. He's got 7 home runs on the year and enjoys the platoon advantage in the matchup. Outfielder Michael Conforto for 3,800. He's hitting 275 with 6 homers. He also enjoys the platoon in the matchup. Second baseman, the switch hitter Neil Walker for 3,700. He has cooled off some since the calendar flipped to May, but he does have a home run off of Peralta, as do many people. He's hitting 261 with 10 homers this year, and we'll finish this stack off with Lucas Duda at first base for 4,100. He's another one who enjoys the platoon in the advantage because these Mets can line up the lefties. He's hitting 228 and has gone deep 7 times this year. My foundation players for today, the players who you should be the foundation of a successful lineup on DraftKings today at first base, is Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox for 4,500. He's hitting 247 with 6 home runs. He was absolutely robbed of a home run yesterday by George Springer, but that's a sign he's starting to swing the bat well. We know the cell's a nice park for the hitter, and he gets to face Dylan G, who is questionable at best. My second baseman is Robinson Cano of the Seattle Mariners. He's 5,400 today. We know that the Great American Ballpark is a great park for the hitters. Cano is absolutely raking on the road. He enjoys the platoon in this matchup. He's hitting 299 with 12 home runs this year. Sticking with the Mariners at third base, I'll take Kyle Seager. He's 4,900. He has a home run off of Dan Straley. Enjoys the platoon in the matchup. He's hitting 253 and has gone yard 8 times this year. My shortstop is Carlos Correa of the Houston Astros for a somewhat cheap 4,300 today. He has a home run off of Colby Lewis. He's got 10 home runs. He's hitting 266 with 7 home runs and 7 stolen bases this year, so he does offer you all-round point scoring potential. And in the outfield, I will take Giancarlo Stanton for a cheap 4,200 of the Miami Marlins. He has 2 home runs off Tanner Roark. He's hitting only 221, but 11 home runs this year. I'm betting that this slump of his is not going to carry on long-term, and Giancarlo will get going tonight. My value plays for today, at catcher I'll take Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals. He's only 2,600. He does have 2 home runs off of Jose Quintana. He's hitting 237 with 6 homers this year and hits from the right side of the platoon. My first baseman is John Jaso of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's 3,500, hits out the leadoff spot, enjoys the platoon advantage. He's hitting 301 with 3 homers this year. My second baseman, again assuming the suspension doesn't come down, is Rougned Odor of the Texas Rangers for 3,600. It's a great park, but he has the platoon advantage with Lance McCullers, who has struggled with the Texas Rangers. He's hitting 275, 7 home runs, and 5 stolen bases from the leadoff spot. My third baseman, I'm going to go back with Danny Valencia of the Oakland Athletics tonight. He's 3,600. He has the platoon advantage and a home run off of CC Sabathia. He's hitting 352 with 6 home runs this year, and he has been hot this week. My shortstop is Aledmys Diaz of the St. Louis Cardinals, for 3,400. He has a home run from earlier this year off of Patrick Corbin. He's hitting a nice 372 with 6 homers and enjoys the platoon advantage. And in the outfield, I'll finish up with Michael Conforto of the New York Mets for 3,800. He has a home run off of Willie Peralta, who has home run issues. He's 275 with 6 home runs this year and enjoys the platoon advantage in the matchup as well. That's all I've got for you today. Best of luck with your lineups, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups, and have a great day.